Okay guys, this is a quick walkthrough of the walk. Okay, there'll be a map and this is where your group will arrive and you'll meet them. There'll be a star on the map for this little covered area overlooking the Buttermilk Channel. And this is where we're going to introduce yourself, say what you do or who you are or however you want to, I'm a watershed planner. And maybe you are a sailor or a boatsman, a bayman, I don't know, a mermaid. And introduce the idea of daylighting, which, as we all know, is when streams and sewers are culverted as urbanization happens, and then later opened and revealed. And when you walk outside, in the front of the building, you can see that there are a couple of downspouts that have been disconnected, which are where you can just point out, and this is basically like a mini daylighting. Okay, whenever you get down to the water, you can see that there's a storm drain. Yeah, so the storm drain has a nice sound to it, and then there's also outfall if you look over. Okay, so here at the waterfront, at the water's edge, you're gonna have a bucket and you're gonna do an activity with them very briefly. Like, okay, this is the Buttermilk Channel, East River, Upper New York Harbor, tidal estuary, mixing zone, freshwater, saltwater mixing, tide and current, incoming tides from different directions, reversing the prevailing current, all that stuff that you guys know about the nature of this water. And with the bucket, you're going to have the participants essentially like take a water sample. Don't let them let go of the rope. You might be able to get like the whole group involved, like people holding the rope, another person pulling up the water, And then we're going to walk the water. So we're going to participate in the mixing zone nature of this water body, loosely connected with this idea of daylighting. We're just sort of making this process visible. And along the way, so they're walking with an expert. This is like normal conversation. You guys are just yourselves, and they've been through like a whole theatrical performance. They've been interacting with actors up until you, and so you're like having, if they're asking questions, you're answering them, you're talking about your experiences on the water here, and water quality issues, any of the stuff, swim coalition stuff. So it could be that you guys are, the idea is, okay, we are the water and we're going kind of downhill for most of this. Right up ahead before this little turn, there's a little bit of a downhill and then a straightaway that's kind of flat, and you might want to like pick up speed when you go down the hill. So here's the little hill, and also you can see there's like storm drains all along the way. So there's the storm water is coming down from the interior of the island, but it's also, I think, like if you look in that first one, there's also sort of like a lateral line between them. So you're also sort of conveying this storm water laterally and it's just however you can riff on daylighting. Okay, this is the little like flat I was talking about. So you might just want to like ignore this whole gravity thing. I'm always trying to like be the raindrop, and you don't have to. So I tried to find like a CSO that we could see across the way, but it's just it's all the piers, and it's kind of strange to be in a location and not be able to see a CSO. It's kind of always been a gimme, but yeah, so CSOs maybe aren't explicitly coming up, but it depends on the group. Like, you never know. One idea that we talked about was like the bucket on a rope. Like there might be a person at the front who's holding the bucket itself, and then everybody else kind of has a hand on the rope, like a little safety line kind of thing. That's something I've done with students before, but these people aren't students, it's art. Okay, so when we practiced this, it took about 6 minutes to do the walk, and you're really only supposed to be with them for about 10 minutes total. So the whole beginning, like introducing yourself, is super brief, and you really want to just grab the bucket and get on this walk. So this is where it begins to be, you know, uphill, and the idea is that you're not going to carry, the water's not going to flow uphill. There's 2 storm drains here. One, you could probably see that one, and then there's another one here. And at this point, you'd want to pour the bucket, have the participants pour the bucket of water into one of these drains. You could have it be like a little bit of a game. You can see like here right now, probably not during the week, but on the weekends they have this hydrant going. So, you know, it could be like a mixing zone idea again. If CSOs haven't come up, or if they do come up, or if you guys are just like having a little extra time and you want to come over to the Billion Oyster Zone here, Rob, I'm sure you've seen this before, maybe you made it. But yeah, there's some like urban water quality stuff right here, and then up to the ferry. So at this point in this space, the actors, or you know, the like theater will resume, and they'll be collected from you. Okay, that's it.